Welcome everyone to Forza Horizon 4. Today we're taking a look at the 2010 Morgan Aero SuperSports. Now this is basically a Targa roofed version of the rarer Aero Max, which itself was a coupe version of the convertible Aero 8, upon which both of them are based on. And yeah, it shares a bonded aluminium chassis and lower bodywork with the Aero Max. And yeah, I really do like this car. I'm so glad it's back in the Forza series, because it's been a long time since we've had this on a Forza game. And yeah, I love it. Basically because it's got, you know, modern engineering, modern engine, modern suspension, modern handling, but it's got this retro body on top, which is really rather lightweight, with a really rather good interior, which is, you know, quite frankly the perfect balance. It's why I like the likes of the Eagle Speedster so much, which itself also has modern engineering underneath but a retro body on top. And yeah, this is much the same really, and yeah, I love it for that reason. It's also got a couple of quirks about it. It's got an engine that is under a bonnet like that, like the classic like the classic sports cars back in the day had. And I also like the fact it's got 3 window screen wipers as well. And the engine itself, like I said, is modern. It's a BMW engine at 4.8 litres, and it's a V8 producing 362 horsepower and 361 pounds-feet of torque. So yeah, that's a fairly decent amount of power, especially for something that is naturally aspirated, and at the end of the day is obviously an engine from a completely different manufacturer to them, but they've managed to put such a good engine in a car that doesn't weigh all that much at only 2,740 pounds, meaning that, yeah, granted it's not got as much power as some of the sports cars that are out there today or even back in 2010, but because it weighs so little, it means that it still accelerates as well and has a decent top speed. Also means that it's got 315 brake horsepower per tonne, which is an incredible amount of horsepower per tonne. And yeah, it's even slightly practical because it even has a boot. Not a massive one, certainly not the widest or the deepest, but it's a boot nonetheless. And like I said, obviously this is a Targa roofed version of a coupe, so you can take that roof out and have you know, the wind in your hair, etc. Like plenty of other classic British sports cars. So obviously this is a modern car with a retro body on top. Nonetheless, let's get out there and see what it can do. Now, unfortunately, we are in winter at the moment, so yeah, you're not going to see this car at its best, but you'll see it neither at its worst, because this is a car that does handle really rather well. It's got that modern engineering underneath, so you can take it seriously if you want in terms of driving, but you can also have plenty of old school fun because it is only rear wheel drive and there isn't very little weight there to hold it back. So yeah, fantastic car. Obviously I messed up a little bit there, but that's down to me, not the vehicle. And yeah, that handling is so good because it has bang on 50-50 weight distribution, and like I said, it doesn't have much in the way of weight, you know, pressurising the suspension, etc. like that, and making the car roll or whatever like that. So it's able to not only deal with the power but also be really rather good in terms of handling. And because it does weigh so little, acceleration is superb. 0 to 60 in 4.214 seconds, 0 to 100 in 9.7 seconds, and it going to a top speed of 180 miles an hour, which is great, quite frankly. Though, to be honest, even if this car wasn't that quick, I'd still really rather like it because it sounds really good, it looks great, and it's really rather good fun to drive. I really don't have a problem with the way this looks as well. Granted, that is obviously only an opinion on my part, but I do like the way it looks, and I especially like the way it keeps the you know, kind of classic sports car aesthetic going, with that long bonnet and that short rear end. It's as classically correct as you can get, and then the fact obviously it's front engine and rear wheel drive means that it's, you know, the perfect sports car recipe, quite frankly. And yeah, I love this from Morgan, quite frankly, and to be honest, it makes me want more Morgans in Forza games. Granted, we do have the three-wheeler, but that's a bit of a comedy car, to be honest. I'd rather have something a bit more serious like this in a Forza game, because yeah, Morgan have been seriously underrepresented on other racing games, not just the Forza series. And yeah, I quite frankly think they deserve a bit more of a you know, a bit more of a representation on gaming, to be honest, because yeah, they've been around for a very long time, and yeah, they more than deserve, you know, their fair share of the limelight, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, great car. Highly recommend getting it if you've never tried one of these on a racing game before, because it will surprise you by how good it is and how competitive it is against other cars that you'd more likely think of when it comes to sports cars. But yeah, this shows that Morgan can make something that not only is fun to drive and competitive, but also something that's still, you know, retro in styling and retro in terms of, you know, thought process in terms of what a sports car should be like, and they've done it really rather well. Nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.